what was your takeaway from watching the Cowboys? I assume you were watching them against the Browns, right?
I watched the whole game, and that is the perfect blueprint to get them through the playoffs. But the thing is, they didn't play against a worthy opponent. I'm just being honest with you. But if they can do that and have that same mentality and play like they played last week on the road against a worthy opponent, the sky's the limit. I mean, I say that early right now that the sky's the limit, but I got to see it. Like, I got to see it when it's game 6, 7, 8, when you playing against, Baltimore or Detroit that's going to run the football and you control the trenches.
And obviously the Niners are the team. That's the one measuring stick, because the Niners are the ones that have really, laid the wood on the Cowboys the last couple of years and get everybody even thinking that because the Cowboys usually, play them midseason. This week it's going to be week 7, I believe. And and usually they have a nice head of steam, and then the Niners are like, yeah, this is a little. Here's your little January glimpse, and that was my opinion after the game against Cleveland, which is so many reasons to give them their flowers, but the ultimate headline is whatever. Let's see it. Let's see it when it counts in January, DeMarcus.
Yeah, and that's what, to me, I think that matters is, I mean, you can go and win every single game during the year. What are you doing, or how did you sort of increase your momentum in the tail end of the season? And that's where I start to see with the Dallas Cowboys is they play very, very well. And right at the end, the last 6 games, it's like, whoa, something falls off. Defense doesn't play well. Offense is not there. Special teams. But last game, I saw special teams, defense, offense. The guys are great. Everybody's going to be great playing the first game. But I want to see you game 6 and 7, like you were just saying, against San Francisco, against that worthy opponent, and that game that you might see in January. Can you win it during the season? So now you can go back and watch that tape and improve on it and then beat them again in the postseason.
28 years it's been for the Cowboys in a row, not making it to the Final Four. And, I bring that up again also to point out you had a third of those years as you were a Cowboy. No, I know that, but that's my way of asking you, DeMarcus. Let me finish the pitch here, since my windup is very long-winded. I'll call it on myself. Is that something Cowboys think about during the playoffs? Is that in the back of your head as you're going about your business? This concept of how long it's been?
You know what? I wish that that tagline you just said, it's been 20 years. That's the first thing the coach tells me in minicamp. And then he tells me the same thing in training camp. And he tells me the first game, it's been 28 years. That right there will put so much gas on the fire to make me want to sort of stop that. Because, man, I'm hurt when you just said that. That hurt me a little bit when you said 28 years. And I had 9 of those.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, but when you were playing, were you thinking about it? Because again, it still had been that you never thought about it. Cowboys were never thinking about it.
I never thought about it. I need somebody just like you to tell me what you just did, and I hope that all the boys are listening. That it's been 28 years. I'm 42. I mean, after Emmett and Irvin and Troy, there hasn't been anything, and those guys can change that.
Did the Cowboys win the Super Bowl this year, DeMarcus?
I can't answer that question. I'm not going to sit right here and blow smoke. I don't know if they're going to win the Super Bowl this year, but if they play like they played last game, I would say they'll make the Super Bowl. Not win the Super Bowl, but they'll make it.
So the 28-year, if you will, jinx is over. They will make you'll see the Cowboys play for the right to at least represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Is what you're saying.
For the right to represent the NFC.
So the playoff, the NFC playoff, the NFC Championship game drought ends this year. You're saying that right now.
I would say it ends this year if they play like they played the first game.
You good with that, TJ? You're good with that, TJ?
DeMarcus, first of all, I got to say what up. You were my favorite Cowboy the entire 9 years you were there, so I appreciate you. I picked the Chiefs and the Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl when we were in Kansas City, and I told you what was going to happen. You know, I got to believe DeMarcus, right? I got to keep hope alive with these Cowboys. Or else, what else do I have?
I have to. I have to keep hope alive. I do. And they have it, but can they keep it? Don't make me mad this week, Dallas Cowboys. Let's go.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.